good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. I so appreciate it. My name is Ems and I'm here on YouTube from time to time doing beauty content. I'm a makeup lover, skincare lover, hair stuff lover, and so I do reviews and tutorials on here. So today I got my hands on the Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop. This is the palette right here. It's super cute. As you can tell, I already have my dirty fingerprints all over it because, well, that's what happens with white packaging. It's kind of got this textured, like snake-like textured skin, like padding. I don't know how to explain it. It's really cute packaging. Anyway, so I had been contemplating forever and ever about getting the Natasha Denona palette, the Glam palette, but I had just kind of splurged on some Pat McGrath shadows, and I just didn't know if I wanted to splurge on other shadows. So I decided if I was gonna go cool tones, I was gonna try this Stone Cold Fox palette. So this is the palette here. Again, I did obviously use it today. It's on my eyes now, so excuse the dirtiness of it. White packaging, that's what will happen. So I guess that's the con about white packaging, but it is super cute. The pan size on these, by the way, is pretty small, but if you are also a makeup lover, makeup enthusiast, and you have at least a few other palettes that you rotate, honestly, it's really hard to go through eyeshadows before they expire anyway. So the pan size does not bother me whatsoever. You know what? I'm gonna check the website and I'm gonna post it right here for you, the price of the palette. They were sold out for a little bit, but they are back in stock. I just checked yesterday and they were still in stock. So without further ado, let's just get to the application of the palette and I'll walk you through what I'm doing for this look, and then I'll get back with my final thoughts. Starting out with Enigma as my first transition shade, I'm gonna put that right on the center of my crease in that transition area. And honestly, I found that I had to layer this up a bit, but I ended up really liking it. It actually created a very natural looking shadow, which is what a transition shade is supposed to do. So after a couple of layers, it looked perfect and I was ready to move on. Picking up Gravity Hill as my second transition shade. Just gonna plop that right in the center of my crease and I'm just gonna blend it out as much as I can. This has blended out so nicely. I'm having no issues at all. There's no tug, there's no problems, there's no patchiness. I like it. It's very smooth, and the color is a true muted mauve-y purple pinkish color. Now dipping into Bold Type, which is this light gray color. I'm going to put that on the outer corner and kind of bring it to the center of the lid. So this color took several passes. It was just so light that on my skin tone it wasn't showing up well, but eventually I got it to do okay. Now going into Cult Classic, I want to go ahead, or Plastic, and deepen that up. So I'm taking it on a pencil brush and just dabbing it to the outer corner and then going back with the bigger brush and blending it out, and therefore being able to add some more depth. Okay, I like that. I think that looks good. Job done. All right, now going into Cavin' In, which is a shimmer shade. I'm gonna put that all over my lid. So starting at the center, and I'm gonna put it all the way into the inner corner. So I did have to layer this up a bit to get the shimmer that I wanted, but I think ultimately I got it where I wanted it to. And so now I want to use the silver. So the silver is Magnetic Moon, and this color is so beautiful. So I wanted to pop it mostly in the center. Then I took a clean finger and I'm just kind of spreading it out so that way there's not any harsh lines. And then I'm double layering it to really make it intense in the center of the lid. So I actually love how this ended up turning out. It's beautiful. Because I lost some depth at the edges, I went ahead and added more Cold Plastic to the edges and just worked it very carefully because I didn't want the shimmer to fly everywhere. All right, guys, so my final thoughts on the Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop is I really like it. There's a lot of kickback on some of the colors, like a lot. So I showed that to you as I was going through the application. Honestly, the kickback isn't a big deal to me because when I'm using shadows that I'm not sure if they're gonna have a lot of fallout, I typically do the shadows first and then I do the makeup application later. So the reason I mention that is because sometimes a lot of kickback does mean you'll have a lot of fallout. To be honest, for the amount of kickback I was getting of product back in the pans, there wasn't as much fallout on my face, but I was just making sure to apply light layers at a time to avoid a massive amount of fallout. So to me, that is not a big deal. I feel like the shadows are good quality. I feel like they blended really well. And I feel like the colors are really, really nice. So overall, for a cool tone palette, I absolutely love it. So I think it's well worth the price tag. I think it performed really, really well and I like it. So yeah, I would highly recommend the Colourpop Stone Cold Fox palette if you're looking for a cool tone palette and you don't want to pay that like $65 price tag from Natasha Denona or other cool tone palettes that have come out recently. So all right, that's all I gotta say about that. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, share with friends if you do like my channel, and I'll be here again in a few weeks with another video about something. One last thing, so I did start a foundation series. It's the only thing that's gonna be consistent on my channel for a while. So if you have dry skin and you want to see me go through some of my foundations and kind of rate them on a scale of 1 through 10 for people with dry skin, then check out my foundation series. I hope you will find it informative and helpful if you are looking for foundations that work on your dry skin. All right, thanks guys. Remember to spread love, not hate.